Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more Fortnite news and what possibly could be the craziest story I have covered in Fortnite throughout the entire year, and that's saying a lot. If you guys are a viewer of the channel, we have covered some pretty crazy things. I will link a few articles down below for all of you, but I'm sure you can tell by the title, a 14-year-old has now quit school to pursue Fortnite, but the story does not stop there. There are so many layers to this story of unbelievable things that I will share with all of you, and the articles I did link down below, though, they do call him a 14-year-old Fortnite player, although in the actual articles, they call him 12 years old. I'm going to assume he is actually 14 because he is also qualified for the World Cup, which I'm sure you guys know the minimum age requirement is actually 13, and we don't want another high sky case on hand here. So the articles do call him 12 years old, but in the titles they say he's 14 years old. He is a 14-year-old known as Crims in game, otherwise known as Jordan Herzog, which is very weird because his dad in this story as well, his name is David, and I went to high school with the David Herzog. So full circle, and now we're here to one of the most unbelievable stories I've ever seen. So we have Jordan, currently 14 years old, been gaming ever since he was 7, became a competent Halo player by the time he was 12, and then of course has taken on Fortnite, qualified for the World Cup, which is not an easy feat in itself. As of right now, with those World Cup earnings being a minimum of $50,000, he has reportedly earned $60,000 in total plus in Fortnite alone, and it was actually his dad's decision. And again, this crazy story gets crazier. I will tell you guys in increasing order. The first of which, it was actually his dad's decision to pull him out of school and pursue esports full time. Now, he does take a few online classes for a few hours a day, so he didn't completely quit school, which I would think is probably the best decision going forward. But the fact is, it was his dad's choice saying, hey, we'll take you out of school and you pursue esports because of a video game. To me, that still baffles me. Of course, we have seen stories like this before where kids try and pursue online classes or online schools as well, but this is a very public story out there about a teenager, a low teenager quitting school to pursue a video game. But it doesn't stop there, because along with his dad actually taking him out of school, he's also invested into his son and his future, according to his own words, $30,000 into his gaming setup. And yes, you might be trying to think as we speak, where the heck do you put $30,000 into a gaming setup? Yes, you might have a PC, you might have a microphone, you might have a streaming setup, you might have some lighting. I don't understand in my mind where $30,000 does add up to. Maybe he's being fictitious with that number, but it wasn't his own words, $30,000 into his setup. And so if there are any videos out there, or if Jordan or David want to actually show us the setup, I would love to preview it here on the show. So apparently his dad takes him out of school, invests $30,000 into his son, who has only taken $60,000 in prize pools so far throughout his career, which is not a knock on him. That's an amazing amount of money, especially for a 14-year-old. But it does go on as well. According to his dad, again, he has also bought his son a Maserati with his own gaming tag as the license plate. And now you might be really thinking, yeah, $30,000 setup, that's pretty crazy. But now you've bought your son a Maserati and he's 14 and he can't even drive yet. And an explanation of that, his dad Jordan does go on to explain in the article as well. Apparently he's a top 15 seller on eBay for gaming merchandise and as well as apparel, and he also wants to apparently start his own merch line in gaming sometime in the future as well. So yes, they obviously by these standards must come from at least a little bit of money, and that is why he has pulled his 14-year-old son out of school, still to be doing online school a few hours of the day. He's also invested $30,000 into his future, into his gaming setup, bought him a Maserati with his gaming tag on the license plate that he can't even drive yet, and taking him out of whoa. So Jordan or David, if either one of you guys want to come on for an interview, I think the entire world would love to see your point of view on this. And I'm not judging you guys whatsoever, right? We live in a time where this is actually possible, but so many things in these articles and about this story has literally blown my mind about what is going on with the situation. If either of you guys want to reach out, I would love to have you on. And I'm not going to question you, too harshly. I just want to know, where your mindset did come from about this, because the entire story, it's pretty crazy. It's amazing to see a dad actually gift his son the opportunity to pursue esports at such a young age. My only concern would be, of course, when you take him out of school at such a young age as well, the social aspect you lose out on your entire life. If he does pursue esports his entire life, you lose out on a lot of that childhood, those childhood memories that we all know and love. But with that being said, we just don't see many stories like this. What do you guys think about this? Can you imagine if your dad took you out of school? Again, the son wants to be out of school pursuing esports, so not a knock on him. He gives you $30,000 $30,000 in a gaming setup. He buys you a Maserati and says, yo, best of luck. You have a few years to be successful in esports, as he has been. He's already qualified for World Cup. He's already won a Halo tournament. He's won a few Fortnite events. On top of that, he seems to be doing pretty well for himself, and his dad is obviously a large portion of that doing as well, and is very invested into his future. So now we live in a time in 2019 where people are taking their kids out of school, investing in their futures of what they actually want to do. It's a pretty crazy thing to think about. As always, my name is Jake. I hope you guys all enjoyed the craziest story I've covered in Fortnite news this year so far. What do you think about it? What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. I'll see you guys back here Monday breaking down more esports news. Until then, take care, have fun. I'll see you soon.